Hello, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Chef Natalie Palmer of Elegantly Raw Cuisine and a doctor of clinical nutrition and functional medicine. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Today, I want to talk to you about eating from nature's garden. It is my belief that food is medicine. So, your primary source of medicine should be from your foods. When I say food, I mean the fruits, the nuts, the seeds, the veggies, the herbs, all these things that was given to us by Creator. Our Creator in Genesis 1:29 pointed out that our food should have seeds. And what does that mean? That when you open your fruits, you should see seeds in them, or your plant should have come from a seed. And I believe that this diet is the diet that the Creator intended for the restoration of our bodies. And we here at Elegant Raw believe that that diet should be prepared in a way that is sustainable, bioavailable, and provides a living source of medicine and nutrients to restore the cells in our bodies. You see, my friends, that our bodies are not just created by random matter. Our Creator was very precise and specific in how our bodies were created. Now, the cells are, and I'm not a scientist, so if I get this wrong, you can fact check me. So the cell is the most, or the first visible sign of life, I guess you can see in a microscope. And our cells create tissues, and our tissues create organs, and our organs create organ systems. And then the organ systems create you. So what do you think should be our focus of health? It should be our cells. We should focus on restoring our cells with food that can heal the body, right? And we believe here that that food is raw, living foods. It's alive, it's nutritious, it has vitality in it, and it's the right food for a living body like myself. All right, so I want to say welcome again and come on into the live. And today is day 2 of our Elegantly Raw Foods Challenge. And today, but before we jump in today, let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, we created a creamy, or my creamy, Elegantly Raw golden milk. And it has a secret ingredient. So if you missed that live yesterday, check it out and you'll get the recipe to create that raw, creamy, warm, not boiled or destroyed, warm, creamy, Elegantly Raw golden milk that is anti-inflammatory and very healing to the body. So check out that in one of my previous videos. Anyways, today we are going to be making called a delicious protein-rich sprouted buckwheat bowl. And the star of the show, of course, is sprouted buckwheat. So I'm going to begin by showing you how to sprout the buckwheat, very high level, quick look, and then we'll jump into the breakfast because I'm indeed very hungry. I haven't had breakfast all morning. All right, so why do I love buckwheat, sprouted buckwheat? First of all, sprouted buckwheat is rich in soluble fiber. Very, very important to feed our good gut microbes. And after they consume that resistant starch, they produce something called short chain fatty acids. And that's what will heal our gut lining and repair our gut walls. So we want to eat a diet that's rich in soluble fiber and resistant starch if you're looking to heal our gut walls. Also, sprouted buckwheat is also good for balancing the blood sugar. So if you're struggling with a little glucose imbalance, you can add sprouted buckwheat to your diet. And best of all, it is gluten-free. So it's not going to cause anyone to get any gluten symptoms. So grab yourself a bag of buckwheat groats, sproutable buckwheat groats, because we want to be able to sprout it because then we know the seed is alive. Also great for our heart. Don't you know it's rich in rutin and quercetin? and it helps to strengthen the capillary walls. Sprouted too. People always ask, where do vegans get their protein? Try some sprouted buckwheat. That's where we vegans get our protein. As a doctor of clinical nutrition, I'm very concerned about cellular health because I believe that the health begins in the cells, and we need to feed the cell with the nutrition and provide the right environment for the cell to function. And I'll talk to you a little bit about cellular health because I'm very passionate about cellular nutrition, and that's what I'm focusing on in my practice, cellular nutrition, and how we use food as medicine to heal the broken cell and then restore the body. All right, enough talking, Natalie. Let's jump right into the recipe. Never sprouted before, you just need about half a cup or 3/4 cups of buckwheat groats. And let me put my gloves on and we take a look at it. Just give me a minute to put my... So invite your friends, like, subscribe, and share. Okay, right? Okay. So all you need, if you've never done this before, we'll just go slow. We just need a little bit of buckwheat groats. Make sure it's sproutable, it's organic, it's non-GMO, all the good things. And make sure it's not hulled. If the hull is on there, otherwise it will not sprout. So all you need is this. You put it in a glass jar. You need some water. You need a mesh and a cover for the jar. So you just pop that in right there. And then you add your water. Just make sure the water is covering the buckwheat. I had about 3/4 cups of buckwheat and about 2 cups of water. And then we're just going to do it really simple. You just get a mesh. I got this from Home Depot. Actually, I bought a whole reel. And then you can just use a rubber band from your grocery. You know, when you buy those veggies at the grocery, you use the rubber band or tie, and you can hold this down, or you just get the cover from a mason jar, and then you your thing. So once you have this water in here with the buckwheat groats, you want to set it aside in not a hot place, but a warm place to soak for about 30 to 45 minutes. Buckwheat groats does not like long hours of soaking because it becomes slimy. And it sometimes just spoils and it gets rancid, and I have to toss it out. All right, so no longer than 30 to 45 minutes sprouting. You just mix it up like this. One thing I like to do before I put the seeds in here, and I actually forgot to tell you, I like to rinse the seeds off in a little bit of hydrogen peroxide to kill any fungus or bacteria that might have settled on the seeds. Also, I go through my seeds and I remove any ones that look broken, because those can cause the batch to mold a lot faster. So I toss those out and I have some nice fresh seeds. Okay, so you set it aside to soak for 45 minutes. And then you want to rinse it very well. Water is still gray, right? So you want to wash the seeds out until they become clear. Once you've rinsed them out, you set them aside and you on a draining board in a 45-degree that way with the top downwards, so that every time you wash and rinse, the next morning you have fresh living buckwheat available for you to make cereal, to make breakfast bars, you can even eat it savory. You can season it up with some herbs and spices. This is what it looks like when it's sprouted. Let me show you. Put it in a dish. Some beautiful sprouts. You see the tails there, and they're really nice and crunchy actually. So this is why I love using them in my breakfast, for different breakfast things. You can make smoothies with them and have a protein-rich drink. I mean, it's endless, you know. It's endless. All right. So now we are going to make my amazing breakfast bowl, raw breakfast bowl. This is day 2. Come on in and learn this amazing recipe and join the fun. I want to hear how you felt after 7 days of going raw. Post in the comments how you feel. So for this recipe, very easy, no blenders. You just need a few kitchen gadgets that you all have in your kitchen. You would need a plate, fruit. So I'm going to use bananas. because it's nice and creamy and it gives you natural sweetness. Pears, and the contrast is in the texture is really good. And a little bit of pomegranate for color and for adding more antioxidants to the meal. Great for heart health, very cleansing, good for the eyes, good for, just name it. It's great for a lot of things. So let me prepare the pomegranate. I'm just going to slice. Everything was washed in case you were wondering. So I'm just going to slice it. Oh, and it bleeds red, of course. And we're just going to dig out some seeds because we want to use the seeds in the breakfast meal. And I'm very hungry, guys, because I haven't had breakfast all morning. And I started this a little late. I should have done it earlier this morning, but you know what happens sometimes. All right, so I think we have enough here, right? For now. Of course, I'll eat the rest. I'm not throwing anything away. Beautiful, rich red color. There is so much healing in our foods. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, why would you want to cook this beautiful red baby or fry it or put it in your oven, But of course, I understand some people it takes time to transition. So we always want to share with you some ideas so as you transition into healthier eating habit. It takes a while. I've been doing raw for, let me see, 2009, somewhere around there. I started my raw journey. And I have learned so much since then. And I've learned about nutrition, so I'm able to make it more nutritious. Some people just eat salads. You're going about it the wrong way if you're just eating salads. We want to make the food balanced and nutritious. And this is why I teach my clients how to use the food as medicine, but still get 100% nutrition on the raw food diet. So we're not starving you with just salads. I want the food to be beautifully prepared, because we eat with our eyes and we send these messages down to our stomach. And I want it to be nice and tasty. And I want you to be satisfied. So we're not making any salads all day. We're eating real food with real nutrition, with real ingredients here at Elegantly Raw Cuisine. All right, so enough talking. Let's get our fruit of the day, the star of the show. So just peel up your banana. And we're going to put the banana in the plate. And we're just going to slice it up, okay? Just going to slice it up. Okay, I don't like that noise, so we'll just slice it here. Like that. No, don't make it difficult. It's very easy. You can do this. Come on. Raw food is not difficult, okay? Just put it in the plate like that. Then you can use an apple or a pear if you don't like pears. I had apples all week, so I felt like having a pear. And the pear shaped like a woman, so I think it's good for my hips, That's what I think. But, God put wisdom in his food. You just sprinkle it on there. And I'm having a nice organic pear, so I'm eating the skins because they're healing in the skins as well. Lots of soluble fiber here. Again, as I said, raw living foods, feeding the gut microbiome. We want a diversity of living foods so that you can feed your gut in a very healing way. And the food needs to look very appetizing. All right. So, all right. So I piled up my plate here with my pear and my bananas. And I'm just going to take a handful of my sprouts, my buckwheat sprouts, and put it here around my plate. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my goodness. And listen, friends, eat as much as you would be filled, okay? There is like wisdom in this food in Genesis 1:29. Now I want to add some color. So I'm going to add my beautiful pomegranate seeds over the top. And listen, you can't tell me that this is not amazing looking. I hope you can see it. All right. Look at that. Look at the color. Oh. Why would you want to eat anything different? Let me show this to you. Amazing. See that color? Rich. It tastes good and it is healthy for you. It is not going to cause inflammation in your cells. We need people, listen to me, come. We need to eat an anti-inflammatory diet so that when you get to my age, especially women, listen to me, when you get to my age, you would not be wrinkly and painy, have pains all over your body. All right. You want cellular nutrition so that your cells will heal itself with the right nutrition. We want elegantly raw living foods. All right. So now we want to add a little bit more protein and we want to make it a little more sazzle dazzle. I'm going to add a little bit of yogurt. You can make your raw yogurt, but I found this company making raw yogurt. So I'm just going to, coconut yogurt, I'm going to add me a dollop on top there. Dollop. And don't tell me you're not going to be full on raw foods, because you will be filled on it if you prepare it the right way. Stick with me. I'll show you how to prepare raw living foods the right way. And of course, I want to drizzle my raw almond butter. I have to say, I do make my raw almond butter, but sometimes I have to reach out to a friend who makes it themselves. So I have a friend called Matt, and he makes his own raw, stone ground raw almond butter. So I reached out to him and purchased one of his almond butters, and I would give you a discount code in the down in the description if you would like. But you can make your own almond butter, or you can buy your own almond butter. But the almond butter needs to be raw and sprouted. So I'm just going to drizzle it. And why I like his almond butter, it drizzles. You know, you don't get a raw almond butter that drizzles. Look at that, baby. Now, I will have to come back and tell you how this thing tastes, because I will have to take a picture of it. Oh my goodness. You don't find almond butter that drizzles. And then if you want to add a little bit more nutrition, like if I need to, I don't need to, but I want you to take a look at that. Look at that. Look at that dish. Oops, we don't want to sliding. All right, so now I'm going to add a little extra nutrition here. And for the women, I'm adding raw cacao, not cacao, carob. Do you see the raw carob? This isn't really dark. Most of the carob, it's really dark, meaning it's roasted. But this is raw carob and it's not roasted. And the reason why I like raw carob, because it's naturally sweet versus cacao, which has a bitter taste to it. And carob actually is rich in calcium. And women, when you get to my age, you need a little help with the calcium. It doesn't have any type of compounds or that will make you nervous and jittery. No caffeine is in carob. But in cacao, if you're not used to cacao or chocolate does make you a little jittery because of the caffeine in there. So if you want a great alternative to cacao or chocolate, use raw carob. All right, I think my food almost came off the plate. I'm going to put a little bit more of my all right, and here you go. This is another elegantly raw meal. Thank you for watching. Oh, I have to try it, don't I? Oh, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. And please make the dish. If you have questions, let me know. And try it and let me know how it tastes, right? Thank you so much again for hanging out with Elegantly Raw, and I'm going to try it. All right, I have to try it. I really wanted to go take a picture, but I'll try. I'm a raw foodie picture-y person. Oh, wow. Let's see. So delicious. Elegantly raw, delicious. I think I put my foot in it again. So good. Now, if you want to, I think what I'm missing here is some vanilla powder. I love vanilla as well. So I'm missing a little vanilla powder. I love it like this. I mean, if you want it sweeter, you can put some raw honey over it. Yeah, or you can put some date paste drizzle over it, but it's natural, it's filling. You have the natural fat, you have the enzymes from the sprouted buckwheat and from the yogurt as well. And then you have that nice filling fat from the almond butter and the yogurt. And then you have the creaminess there. It's just so good. From the bananas that's on underneath all of this goodness. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go eat my breakfast now. See you again in another video tomorrow. If you can, get some chia seeds if you want to make your breakfast along with me. And we'll be using some more of the buckwheat sprouts. So we're going to be making a chia porridge tomorrow with a secret ingredient that I'm not going to tell you. Well, if you get a zucchini, the secret ingredient